Hey there. Okay, so here's a qualifier. I don't make the decisions upstairs. They do. Okay? But I do know that they listen to me. Okay? When I was on the big island of Hawaii, I had a visit one night. So I knew that my big brothers and sisters come to visit me to hear me out. Okay? And part of what I covered then was really sort of doing when you understand what mapping the terrain is, which is mapping a consciousness field, right? Measuring the light, if you will. Which essentially is what is everybody experiencing, right? So we know love is a law, which is the frequency. Everybody's in harmony because the waves are, wow. You love that energy. Wow, this is cool. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's in harmony. Everybody's in peace. How cool to be able to observe that. All their consciousness. They learned. That's the purpose of a classroom. So I left off at the last video because I ran out of memory. And I left off where I said Biden, okay? And so after I gave it some thought, I had to realize that what I was saying here is that, first of all, I don't normally watch TV because that's programming. As a matter of fact, I don't allow my consciousness to experience anything that represents something lower in density consciousness than what we are. That's why I spend all my time in the trees. That's where I was for a lot of years, and I came out when I was prompted to come out. For the reason, for everything you look at that I put up for the last 4 years is why I did. Which means activation, start waking everybody up. Time to go home. We're out of here. Okay, so you get it. But for me, to think about parading Biden and letting them get their inauguration when you realize everything that these demons, these monsters did to our children, to even acknowledge something like that exists in the universe by giving it more energy to experience what it is that they are, it's not something I'd ever do. Okay? He needs to be put in a can or a cage or removed from consciousness. So I know how to do that. All I got to do is be with her. So that's where I'll spend my time. Experiencing her, okay? Her energies, right? She's my battery recharging station. But having said that, there's also other considerations, which is like, hey, wait a second, there's a free will universe, right? So let them have their way, you know? That's their free will. Let them do what they're going to do, okay? I'll let them do what they're doing because everybody that's already awake, living in the light, already knows all our guys are upstairs, guys and gals, okay, that are protecting us. The Guardian Alliance, it's actually already over. It's already happened. And so, you know, just let the movie script play out on our behalf and let them have what they want. No big fucking deal, right? And it's over. I just don't want to experience it, okay? Because I wasn't supposed to experience anything I experienced when I was down here that represents what it is that they are, right? So I had to figure out how the hell I got in here. That was my first question as a little kid. So anyway, when you put my whole timeline together, you begin to realize why it is that we do what we do, which is because we bounce back, which means you can abuse us all you want, and you can't put our flame out. Okay? Which essentially means we know how to fight these wars, right? We learned through our teachers. Okay? Obviously, Sophia, because she loved to learn, okay, at an enormous rate of speed. That's like all of us, right? We can measure how fast you're learning and how fast you're learning to raise your state of consciousness, which is how much voltage are you running on based on how much light you're running on. So, you know, all my videos pretty much explain that. And so therefore, I thought to myself, just let them have their way. They could look at it that way. And so for me, okay, I would sort of play this out in a way in which mapping the terrain, you go, wow, look at their energy go up. Wow, it's really going up across the planet. They realize they're being liberated. How cool. Look at that. Yeah. We can celebrate with you. We did it, because we can experience all your light going up because I can do that on this planet. I can experience all your light going up across this planet. Okay, including the galaxy, actually. But it's beautiful to experience because I already know that it's going to happen. But when everybody begins to realize that in an exponential way is what gets monitored because you can measure that over time space, okay, based on the different density experiences that everybody's experiencing based on the amount of voltage that they're using, okay, to experience it with as a result of how much light they're running, which is how much love you got in your heart. So that's why I've always emphasized, I don't have any children with me, but you can better well bet I'd be spending all my time with them doing things they love to do to have as much fun as they possibly can so they know how much you love them so they can experience that love, and that's what they need right now. Okay? So what we're saying here is we want the energy to go up, not the energy to go down. So everything that we're doing, we want the energy to go up, right? And what makes our energy go up? Things that give us enormous passion, compassion, empathy for others, because we love each other, because that's who we are, right? So we're back to energy identity. Okay? So anyway, that being said, I wanted to finish up what I didn't finish up in the last one, so now it's been stated. So anyway, with all that, what a beautiful afternoon here in Grants Pass, Oregon. Look at that sun. That's free energy. That's the first clue to a child. The energy's giving you free energy. So when somebody's trying to put a meter on your energy, that's a big question mark, isn't it? That means you're under capture. Okay, that's your first clue. Right? So when they start introducing paper money systems that are running on a deficit, you connect your consciousness to something that's running on a deficit. What do you think happens? Take one step, lose two. Man, you're not going forward, are you? Nope. That's called reverse electrical engineering, because that's what they do. You're running in reverse. How are you ever going to ascend that way? You won't. Because what ends up happening is you think that you need to keep making more money in order to go faster. And that's reverse programming, because you believe that. That's why they introduced a parasitic money system, is to get you to believe that. And what do you think happens? Now you're accumulating an enormous amount of mass, thinking that accumulating mass is the way that you go faster, and it's just the opposite of that, which means you're inverted. That's reverse programming. And they know how to electrically do that. Okay? So that's why when I was up and running at 4 years of age, oh, no, 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 no. You're not going to program me. Right? I'm a free will spirit, so I know what a free spirit is. Spirit that is in the living water is always going to be nourishing as much of everything else that is living in order so that everything that is a seed gets loved, to grow. Right? Right. That's basic stuff. When a child learns that at a very early age, then imagine what they become when they are giving birth to their children and the kind of communities that begin to thrive. Which means we love to see you thrive. So we know how to thrive. So we teach everyone else how to thrive, which is learning how energy works, learning how light works, learning how love works. Love is what love does. Have a great day. I love you all. Be good to yourselves. Thank you to everybody upstairs. I love you all. You all know that. Sending you flowers. Sending you flowers. Bye now. Be good to yourselves.